What's up, everybody? It's another day, man. I'm pumped. I don't know why I'm so pumped. Maybe it's football season. Come on, Doug. You got to get a little excited once in a while. It's football season. I don't like a lot of things about football, but there's things I do. But by the way, we're hanging with Mark and Dougie. I'm excited, man. I'm always excited when I'm with my man, Dougie, man. We rock it, man. I love it. A lot of fun stuff. A lot of good topics we got, man. Some good topics. Yeah. And we need your support, man. If you like what you say, or if you don't like it, we don't care. We still want to hear it. So, make some comments, man. Subscribe. Get involved, man. This is for everybody, man. We do this for everybody, man. We need the voice, man. And we don't have that many voices, out there, and we need the voice. So we're trying to get the message across.
While you're at it, share this video right now. When you're watching, take this moment to just share it with your friends. Share it on your page. Yeah, you might piss off some of your friends, but you know what?
It's always fun.
Those people probably need to be pissed off.
Hey, Doug, how often are you pissing off your friends on Facebook, bro? I mean, I've never seen you have a cordial conversation yet. Every once it begins like, and then it gets crazy. Like they just can't handle any criticism, or the truth. The truth.
I just think it's funny that we spent 4 years of these people just every waking moment bashing President Trump, and then you say one thing about Biden, they're like, oh, fuck. I'm like, really,
and
dude?
How can you defend what's going on? It's like, how do you defend it? It's like there's certain things you could defend. You say, okay, the guy threw a pick. He's a good quarterback. This fucking guy you can't defend. He's a bubbling idiot. He can't say 3 words. He can't do anything right. He hasn't done anything right in 47 years. What are you expecting, everybody? He's a bumbling idiot, bro. He's just a bumbling idiot. But we'll get past that. We'll talk more about that later on. Aaron Rodgers, man, all the trash talking he's doing and how great he is. And he shit the bed yesterday, bro. He looked terrible. You know what? He looked like he didn't want to be there. And you know what? If you don't want to be there, just quit. Quit. Why let your team down?
I think he wanted to film another State Farm commercial.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? If your head's not in the game anymore, retire, man. And that's what I try to tell people. I know everybody's like, oh, you're on Brady's dick all the time. Yeah, I get it. But that's what I'm talking about, man. Brady always wants to play. He takes less money. Listen, man. And that goes back to it. Listen, I was watching the game with a buddy of mine. You know who he is, Doug, Eric Sansa, diehard Cowboy fan. And every year is the year the Cowboys are going to do it. I've been hearing this since Nam. Here he is now. Cowboys! Hey, he's always telling me about the Cowboys. I'm like, dude. Why is this year going to be different than every other year, bro? It's not going to be any different because they don't have it. They just don't. And Brady fires everybody up, dude, and he makes them so much better.
At least Eric didn't do a big carnal sin by, like, I had a comedian friend of mine that actually put a tattoo on his arm of Dallas Cowboys story, and he put Super Bowl champs. It was like 2 or 3 years ago when they were like undefeated. They looked like they were going to win it and end up losing it in the playoffs. He got a tattoo that said they were Super Bowl champs that year. I think it was like 2018, whatever it was. He's got that fucking tattoo still.
Yeah, that's fun. I put a funny meme on Facebook because I was tagging Eric that it had a picture of a 90-year-old woman and had a picture of a young Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. And it says, a current Cowboy cheerleader, Super Bowl champion, and a new older one from the last time they won. Because the lady's like 80 and they haven't won in like 50 years.
Yeah, they're America's team like Biden's our president.
Exactly. And Brady, you know what? Brady, we were watching the game, me and Eric, and Dallas scored because Godwin fumbled on the 1 yard line. And there was like a minute left. I'm like, oh, there's way too much time for Brady. He could do this in his sleep. And I'm like, and it's going to end that way. That's when you know you have a legendary player. Like Jordan was the same way. You knew with 3 seconds, Jordan has the ball, they're going to win the game. And then that's what Brady is. He's a very generational quarterback. I mean, he comes once in a lifetime. I don't remember the last one we had like him, but he's just fun to watch, man. And he gets me. He's the only reason I'm watching football right now. When Brady retires, I retire also.
He is the GOAT. And, the guy that he replaced, Jameson Winston from Tampa Bay.
Playing well.
He's in it's great when, you feel bad when somebody loses their spot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I played college soccer, and every time I moved from the starting position, they got pushed down or vice versa. It was like, it's just crazy. And, but he came out and he scored 5 touchdowns, Jameson.
Yeah. And you know what? The year before that Brady replaced him, he led the league in passing. He had 5,000 yards passing, which led the league. I mean, Jameson, I don't like him as a person, but as a quarterback, he's a decent quarterback, man. He's no slouch. He's a decent quarterback. His only problem, he throws too many interceptions. But hey, he likes to throw the ball. Favre threw a lot of interceptions, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So
with high risk and high reward.
Yep. And other sports, we'll get into another one. Evander Holyfield, why are you fighting at 60 years old? Why are you fighting at 60 years old? What an embarrassment. I went to the Hard Rock, and Holyfield got knocked out in like 22 seconds.
First round, right?
First round. There was a better fight in the row in front of me of two girls fighting. It was a great fight. It was actually great, actually. I got to tell you about this. There was a girl that screamed during the 9/11 ceremony. She goes, "Fuck Trump," you know? And this other girl just beat her ass. Just beat her ass. Oh, it was great. It was right in front. Oh, it was awesome. It was the best fight. It was the best.
Two girls fist fighting?
It was awesome, dude. Oh, and the liberal got her ass kicked. Oh, it was great. Oh, man, I had some popcorn on that one. That was worth the price of admission. Tito, who cares about Tito? Evander Holyfield, who cares? These two chicks, and chicks fight the best. Let's face it.
Yeah, nothing better than
guys,
chick fight.
Guys have sportsmanship. Chicks want to eat. They want to kill each other.
You're about to eat each other out. That would be one hell of a fight. I'll get you.
That'd be a good fight, right?
Stop it. You're hurting me.
You win.
Oh, you win.
No, but it was funny, man, because that fight was something else. And Trump, when Trump was at the fight, you know that. He was at the fight, he narrated it, and he was like this, thumbs up. He was watching thumbs up, man.
Yeah, because some people were saying that he wasn't at the 9/11 ceremony, and he was there, but he actually went to visit with police, NYPD and fire. And then Joe Biden saw that, and he goes, "Oh, I got to do something." He ends up going to a volunteer fire department somewhere in Hackensack or some shit. I don't know. They love blaming the man. They love blaming Trump for everything, but he copied everything. You know, it's just crazy.
Hey, not to get off the subject, but a funny Joe Biden thing I seen on the internet. Joe Biden, a bunch of 11-year-old kids punked Joe Biden, which was hilarious. They actually went up to him like, these 11-year-olds are smarter than this man. That's the funniest thing about this. These 11-year-olds are smarter than Biden. They actually took a picture all wearing Trump gear. One had a shirt on, one had a hat on, one had a COVID mask on that said Trump. And he's taking a picture with all of them with it says Trump 2020, which is amazing. I love that he's that stupid and that he got punked.
Did you see the sound bite in the video of him saying when he had the mask on at that location? He was like, the people with the signs and he wants to box me. I should be so lucky. I said, dude, you can't even walk without stumbling forward. You don't want to be in a ring with anybody. Matter of fact, even Holyfield will beat your ass at this point.
Well, I think the only reason Biden didn't go to the Hard Rock event because he couldn't find it. Like he couldn't find the state of Florida. You know, I think that's the problem. Yeah, here's the thing, real quick. I don't know if you can see it, but
he won't show up in Florida.
You can't see it. It's funny, but that's the video of it. Yeah. But you know what? And there wasn't enough 11-year-old girls there for him either. So he likes being around a lot of children.
Well, that's the problem, dude. He saw all these boys. He was so excited that all the blood went to his
what's the guy's Pewter? What's the guy's name from Family Guy? The old guy. He reminds me of him. I can't think of the guy's name. Herbert.
Yeah, exactly. Look at these boys come over to my house with some cookies.
Exactly, man. So Holyfield, man, and Tito, both Holyfield and Tito, man. Listen, man, Holyfield, you had a great career. You knocked out Mike Tyson twice. Stop. Yeah. You're 58. Stop. I mean,
no one that old should get in the ring.
Huh?
No one that age should get in the ring.
No. Sorry, go ahead.
No, Tito Ortiz, who I don't like. I'm glad he got his ass beat.
Yeah, he was talking trash.
Yeah, Victor Belfort.
Holyfield. Belfort.
Yeah, and he's still a beast. You know what I mean? There was
41, a lot younger.
But that's a new fight card. That's a new fight card. They try to bring together all these people. Which
MMA versus boxing.
I don't know if you caught this on the MTV Awards, the red carpet, but our boy Conor McGregor almost got into a fight with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah,
which would be interesting.
I'll tell you, I'm so over Conor McGregor. I'm so over him. He's a good fighter. I'm not going to deny it, but he just runs his mouth way too much. I pray for him to get his ass whooped every time. I used to be a fan, and now I'm just like, just shut the fuck up and fight, dude.
I was a fan of his swagger. He actually pulled his weight, But then when he said all that shit after the last loss, belly aching, nothing. I hate a sore loser, man. You know what I mean? If you're going to win big, you know what I mean? You got to lose with grace.
Yeah, lose. He should have came out like any great athlete knows he's great. He should have came out and said, you know what? He was the better fighter that day, and there'll always be another day, Instead, he's like, bye. You lost. You're on the ground. Stop running your mouth when you're on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I'll kill you. I'm on the ground. It's like the guy you get in a fight with, and then his friends grab him after you smack him around a little bit. His friends go, I'll kill him. He got his ass whooped for 10 seconds,
Yeah.
But
I've been in a few of those fights where I beat the shit out of somebody,
yeah,
and everybody came and got him. Like, come on, dude, let's do it. I'm like, oh, you want a round 2 of this shit? You really want another beating?
Oh no, do me a favor, guys. Let go of him real quick. Let's see if he comes towards me.
Okay.
Exactly. Hey, grab me again.
Somebody hold me back. Somebody hold me back.
But it was kind of sad for Holyfield because I thought he was a great fighter. I thought he was the best.
Great person.
Yeah, and he had a lot of class. Not the smartest guy in the world, but but you know, I always liked him. I always thought he had class, and you know, I kind of wish. I think he did it for the money. To be honest with you, because that guy went through $100 million. He went from 100 million to zero. I mean, he was just didn't know what to do. He had like 30 kids from 29 women. Like he really just didn't know how to manage money, man. It's sad because, you know, you think about it, all those years fighting and just getting in the ring and being a warrior and you lose it all is really not.
Well, that's a problem with most athletes. You know, from people who don't have money, all of a sudden receiving a windfall, whether it's a big contract, whether it's like an accident case, you know, like a big windfall for an attorney windfall kind of thing. You know, I manage those people's money because they don't have any idea what to do with it. They don't understand, you know, what it's like. You know, the minute somebody has $20,000 in their account, they're like, oh my God, I got to buy fucking new rims. I got to buy a new car. I got to buy a fridge, you know.
And the problem with that is you have so many vultures that are just hanging on you that you think are your friends and they're not. They're just taking you for every penny.
And a guy like Holyfield, he's got a big heart. So anybody that came to him, he's probably like, all right, I'll help you out. I'm sure a lot of that money he didn't just spend. I'm sure he gave it and helped.
And he probably had bad people manage his money. That's what Billy Joel. It happened to Billy Joel. Billy Joel went bankrupt twice. You know, people bad that manage your money wrong. You know, it happens. Look at Nicolas Cage. Madoff took half his money. You know, you got to know what you're doing. You got to be smart. You know, you got to be smart with your money. You know.
Whoever writes a check to a guy named Madoff.
he made off all right.
He made off with it, and you know, it's like having sex with a prostitute named Shirley No Cure. Good idea. By the way, speaking of people that just can't admit their own faults, I don't know if you're catching the blinking. The Secretary of State Blinken is being in the hearings in Congress being asked about the complete debacle, which we know as Afghanistan retreat.
They won't admit it. They won't admit it.
Well, if you watch it, every one of the Democrats, when they get on there to question them, what do? They blame Trump. They say Trump put a date out there with no plan. Listen, when it comes to a military,
you actually did it, and you don't listen. If you're so against Trump, I'm sorry, Doug. If you're so against Trump, what do you care what he said anyway? First of all, what do you care what he said anyway? You're so against Trump anyway. And second of all, it wasn't them pulling out; it's how they got pulled out. You left billions of dollars in. They have the second best army in the world now. They have all our tanks. They have all our tanks. They have all our guns. They have all our weapons and our soldiers. Fuck.
Night vision glasses. Listen, and you know, it's funny watching them because and I would just hope that the average American, we know that the libtards and the people with TDS, they're going to watch this and be cheering for their Democratic, Congress people. But when you watch them and that's all they do, they keep bringing up the previous administration after, and it's so stupid because we all know that Biden just kiboshed everything fucking Trump did. So if he didn't like, especially something with the safety of our own people in a foreign land, he's gonna fucking kibosh a border.
Everybody's missing. I'm sorry, Doug, but everybody's missing the point. Okay, whether Trump wanted it on the 8th or not, it doesn't matter. First of all, because it's Biden's presidency, not Trump's. That's the first thing. The second thing is it's how he did it. It's not that he did it; it's how he did it.
Well, we all know he ignored a lot of his military strategists. He ignored a lot of the advice that was given. He goes on TV and claims nobody said that we're going to have an issue with this. They fucking did. So they're finding all these lies in it and bullshit. You just hope the American people realize what a fucking liar this guy is and how non-transparent. The whole thing about this administration, they lie. It was funny. One of the congressmen said, you probably hurt your arm patting yourself on the bank's, Secretary of State Blinken that you fucking made like it was a big successful thing,
Well, this administration was so worried about having a diverse group of people that they got the worst people. They didn't get the best people. So they had to get a transgender person in there. They had to get one of everybody in there. And you know what? They're all shit in the bed, like you would say. They're all doing horrible. And this administration will go down as the worst administration by far. And it's only 9 months in, which is the scary thing. We're only 9 months in.
9 months in and there's major issues already. Exactly right.
It's like your starting quarterback throwing 3 picks in his first 3 drives.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to get any better, Doug. It really isn't. And I think, and I hope I'm right, Doug, I really am. I think America is waking up. You're going to have some diehard idiots that no matter what he does, they're going to support him. But I think the middle of the ground people, and there's a lot of middle of the ground that just don't like Trump. I think they're seeing it and they're saying, you know what? I miss his mean his tweets. I miss him. I miss what he said, because now this guy, what he's doing is just, it's crazy. It's just crazy. It's not even American. He's very un-American.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of un-American, they had, you saw the photo of AOC at this gala ball wearing a white dress that says tax the rich.
Tax the rich, yep.
Some people have said that she looked like she was a bag of Chick-fil-A.
She did.
Which, how dare you say that beast looks like Chick-fil-A, because I would eat Chick-fil-A way before. I don't know. I probably would bang AOC.
We talked about that already.
Yeah, I think I would.
What a fucking moron she is, dude. And like the fact that, like, if I had a moron in my company, I would keep him very quiet. I would put him in the corner and say, hey, here's a banana. Just go on the computer. I would not be the face of my organization. Like, she's actually dumber than Biden, because Biden actually has dementia. She's just a moron. So it's, there's a reason.
He's lost his intelligence, whatever he had, and she just never had it. She just likes streaming big words together. If you ever listen to her talk, watch it, and if you never notice it, if you actually just listen to what she says and you wrote it down, you'll see that it's all shit. It's all just big words and line that never go anywhere. It's just a bunch of fucking shit. And it's funny how we talk about. It's funny how we talk about, like, liberals on Facebook and stuff like that. So of course, on one of the posts on Facebook, I posted, she attended a $30 a plate gala, talking about taxing the rich. And then some of the libs, how did the libs defend it? Well, she didn't pay for it. But I go, it doesn't fucking matter if she paid for it. That's not the fucking point. The point is, she attended a gala of the rich where they were trying to raise money from the rich. And now you're cursing the rich, the ones that you're fucking trying to get all the money from, on your fucking dress.
And every one of these people went into administration poor and come out rich. Every single one. I mean, come on. Barack Obama wasn't even a millionaire before he was president, and now he's worth hundreds of millions. I mean, everybody has made profit off the government. Every single one of them. Maxine Waters, every one of them. They're such hypocrites.
The melting candle. But listen, in all fairness, God bless Obama for that. If you have a brand, he has a brand, and he milked it, and God bless him. That's what this country is about. It's a copy. If people will buy it, then you sell it. Who gives a shit? Like the pet rock. It's a fucking. It was a useless piece of. It's a rock with a painting on it, and the guy made millions of dollars from the fucking pet rock. God bless.
That's called capitalism, by the way.
It works.
Yeah, so it works. That's why we love it so much. That's why we love capitalism, because you earn what you put in. You earn what you put in.
It's producer based.
Yep.
It's not sit back welfare based. It's not handout based. That is the pro and the con of capitalism. You're gonna have winners, and guess what? You're gonna have fucking losers. Now what's happening is we have so many fucking losers out there that are watching, and with social media and the hype of everything, people are going, I want that, but they don't know what it takes to get it. Yeah, and you and I talked about it. It's not everybody can walk on the moon. That's the principle. If you want to do it, you got to dedicate yourself. And listen, I'm financially doing really well, but physically I'm a fat fuck. So I'm honestly on both sides of that. I've done what I can to make money, but at the same time, physically and health wise, I could be doing much more, but I just, for some reason, can't stop eating the donuts.
Yeah. Hey, it's an addiction like anything else. But what I was saying is exactly what you said. You get what you earn. That's why we love capitalism so much. And that's why we like Trump so much. And that's why we think the way we think.
Yeah, we didn't get hurt by anything he said. It's like, oh, I can't believe he said that.
And here's the problem I have real quick, and not to get off subject and everything, for, I don't know, a couple of years, a year and a half, I had to listen about George Floyd, that fentanyl drug addict that got killed by the cops because he was a criminal, and that's why he got killed. And I had to hear about this. There are 13 soldiers that died that day. They weren't on Joy Behar, whatever her name is. They weren't on The View or The Talk, and they didn't have the moms of the soldiers on there. They kind of hid that pretty good. But I had to hear about George Floyd for a real long time, and that family got a lot of money for a drug addict son. So I think it's pretty crazy that we still haven't had those 13 family members on The View yet. I don't know why they haven't been on The View yet, but
a lot of these families told Biden, go fuck yourself. We don't want you to see you when he came out. And a lot of these families don't get out of here. You're the reason behind their deaths. Your inability.
But they didn't even put that olive branch out. They didn't even put the olive. I'm sure one of the parents would have came on there. I'll almost guarantee it. And
I don't know, because most people look at that like, that they're going to gang up on them, those fucking cackling hens on that show. They're all, that fat Anna Alvarez, that fucking beast. Joey Behar, who's just had eye work, by the way. If you ever watch it, she just got eye work done. That Sasquatch. And then, of course, Whoopi Goldberg.
Who watches them?
Whoopi Goldberg is a comic. I love her, right? As a comic, I love her as a comic.
I didn't think she was funny.
Well,
I didn't think she was funny, man. I think I never
somebody who she was always funny. She was a fucking funny comedian. Then she was a comedic actress and stuff. Got to respect that. But as it comes as a social talking head,
yeah,
what the fuck? You know what I mean?
I never found her to be funny. I mean, she was okay in Ghost, but I never thought she was funny. But that's besides the point, man. Talking about funny people, unfortunately, we lost I thought a very, very funny person. I thought he was funny, Norm Macdonald. He had very strange humor, very dry, but it came across pretty good, man. He was pretty good character in this, and I loved him.
Norm Macdonald, who I only put second to Chevy Chase as the Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live best host. I thought Chevy Chase was the best on that, and then him, and then probably
Jimmy Fallon was good.
Ghostbusters guy.
Dan Aykroyd.
No, the other Ghostbuster. Bill Murray. I think those are the top three guys on that show.
Where's Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell?
No, I'm talking about the whole staff. I'm talking about the host of the Weekend Update.
Sure.
Chevy Chase, Norm Macdonald, and then, of course, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
But the other thing I had to share, I'm blessed because I was in my early comedy career, I was at the old Hard Rock Improv at an open mic some years ago. And he was there because he was headlining that weekend. So him and his opener were in the back of the room. So after I got doing my set at the open mic, I came walking in his opening act, some guy with red hair, I remember. He goes, "Hey, dude, that was funny, dude." And he gave me a fist bump. And I'm like, "Thanks, man." And then he walked over. I'm like, "Oh, my God, it's Norm Macdonald." He goes, "Hey, that's real funny stuff, man.
Really sounds like that's good. That's good.
Funny guy. Keep it up, everybody."
You know what I mean? And I was like, "Oh, my God."
You know what? It wasn't that he was funny. It was his delivery. Like he wasn't like he had a weird, funny delivery. Like I found him to be funny. A lot of people don't like him. Like they think he was funny, but I found him to be funny because he was dry. Like Stephen Wright. Like there's certain dry comedians that are funny. Like Mitch Hedberg was funny. There's certain ones that they're just dry, but you laugh because they're so dry.
Well, here's the difference. You got a guy like Mitch Hedberg who was a great writer, right? And he had that delivery, that deadpan, and one-liners and shit. And it was just funny shit, like quick, really well written stuff.
Very witty.
Right. And Norm Macdonald was one of those comics. Like I got some of the best advice I got as a comic was from Rich Voss. And Rich Voss said to me, it's like, sometimes it's not about writing a joke. I mean, it is. Sometimes your persona, and he told me that's who you are. You have a persona on stage. Sometimes you'll just be the guy who's saying things that are funny. Yeah. And Norm Macdonald was the guy, even if anybody else took what he wrote or said, they wouldn't get like, that's a joke.
No, that's true. That's true.
It was it's him saying it that made it, like you said, his delivery is like, "Hey, you know that AOC, she wore that dress and that gala ball, $30,000, and fucking she's cursing the rich. What a bitch." You know what I mean? He would just, it's not, you know what I mean? He would make it fucking funny. And
delivery. You know what? Comedians sometimes is about your delivery. Like the legends have it. They have the proper ability to tell a joke, without a doubt. They were. Chris Rock's another one.
I'm going to give you an old joke. You ready? You ready to play along? Hey, Mark, ask me what's the secret of comedy?
Doug, what is the secret of comedy?
Timing.
That's him. Yeah, he was. I liked it. You do his voice actually pretty good, man.
Yeah, I like him.
So unfortunately, we lost him, man. So that was a pretty sad. Another with the comedian, with funny, but it's it's actually a crazy story, man. A guy named Trey Wallace, Matthew Bubblier, and Mark Mizloff. I hope I'm saying their names right because I'd hate to say their names wrong because the story. But they got charged and put in prison. I think they got 12 months for they were banging goats, horses, and dogs and cows. Two dogs got two horses, two dogs, one cow, and a goat were all molested. But unfortunately, only the cow came out, so they couldn't press fully charges. Like, can you imagine what are you drinking? What are you doing? Say, hey, right now, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy.
Don't these guys have $150 to get a professional? I mean, first of all, you talk about a couple dogs, a goat. I thought that was like an ugly bachelorette party that they found. But you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like I have a story I'm going to share too about this. Like bestiality. Like you know what I mean? Like I mean, who hasn't? Maybe when you were a kid, you put peanut butter on your dick. You know what I mean? When you're a kid, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I did it. I'm just saying I've heard.
You said it was. I never heard that.
You never let your dog lick your nuts?
I never let my dog suck my dick. No, I got to say, maybe I'm strange. Call me odd. I'm odd. I never had it done. You know? Never thought about it. I might have banged a bagel when I was like 13 years old, being horny, but I don't think I've ever had that far.
Yeah, to this day, the best vaginal replacement or equivalent when I was a kid, because that's what you're always trying to find, right? When you're a kid, you got to find whatever, shampoo in the hand. You got all those things to make it try to feel real. But I don't know if you ever remember, like the BMX bikes when you had that crossbar foam protector that had like a leather thing around it. If you took that leather,
a little hole in there.
Oh, but it opens up, dude. You open it up and then you fucking the thing.
Doug, just let the smoke go, Doug.
It was almost like a flashlight. I almost invented the flashlight.
Did it have the little sparkles on the side, the little strings that came on the other side? Was it a girl's bike or a boy's bike that you did?
Yeah. I had a banana seat. I got a sissy bar.
I'll tell you what, man. Do you know how fucking horny you have to be to bang a goat? A horse, I get it. It's a beautiful animal, and you always have a ride home. So that's a famous joke. But to be honest with you, it is crazy that 3 people. It wasn't one person. It was 3 people. You had 3 people, and one guy would hold the horse down, and the horse. I'll tell you what. Hopefully the horse wasn't banging him. But let me tell you something.
Who the fuck is holding the horse down?
And if you get kicked by, I can't imagine the horse made the horse say, "Hey, this is not so bad." The horse like, "Hey."
It's not a horse dick. The horse is used to a horse dick. Now it's got this guy's little dick. It's like, what? He probably didn't even know.
They actually got charges pressed against them, which I guess if it was consensual, I don't see the problem. I mean, were they running away? I mean, what was the main? It might have been consensual sex.
I think before they ask the horse if it can bang it, they go, "Okay, horse, give us 2
like Mr. Ed, Mr. Ed, kick your foot twice if you want to get banged. Can you imagine the court in court? The horse is in court, and he's like, look, the horse. If come forward right now, if you it wasn't allowable."
Yeah. The horse is in the witness stand. Did you give them sexual consent?
No. But it just goes to show you how sick people are. I mean, how mentally unfit do you have to be to bang a dog, a horse? It's just insane, man.
All right. Well, I got a story for you then. Okay. You're going to like this, okay? You thought that was bad.
I think it's crazy.
Jungle Sick Secret is the headline. Horrifying tale of a prostitute orangutan who was chained to a bed and shaved daily and forced to perform sex acts on men.
Oh my God!
You take a orangutan, which is a hairy beast, okay, and you got to look up the story. Just look up that story, orangutan prostituted, and you'll see that they got this orangutan. And I wonder if I could show you the photo of this.
Was it a white orangutan or a black one? Because they have different colors.
Well, I think it may have been one of the orange ones. Right? They come
okay. The charges then.
Yeah. Here it is. I'll show you the orangutan. And he's all shaved, like they manscaped the orangutan. So there it is.
Oh, he's not bad. He's actually kind of cute.
Well, it's a she.
It's a she.
Not that you can tell. I mean, look at that coochie.
It kind of looks like you naked, Doug.
It does. I thought it was.
That's what your wife gets to see all the time. Lucky her.
I
got the same story as these guys.
I gotta buy another house now. But somebody paid for this. Hey, I got an orangutan you can fuck. And what's the orangutan? What's the orangutan?
So what's the going cost to bang an orangutan? Or what's the going cost for like a blowjob from orangutan?
Boy, I'd be scared to bite it off, right? I mean, I don't know if I want to stick my dick in it.
Can be violent. They have like quick hand movements. I mean, I'd be scared. I could not enjoy that. I'd be very, very frightened to do that.
The orangutan was 21 years old and was rescued by the Borneo Orangutan Survival Foundation.
Can you imagine this poor orangutan was rescued to be a sex slave? He's like, put me back in the jungle. At least I'm banging other orangutans. Not going to bang you fucking people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now the orangutan goes back into the jungle. He has no hair, and the other orangutan's like, look at that fag.
Aren't you the guy that was giving hand jobs? Fuck this monkey up. Because monkeys are smart. Listen, monkeys are smart. They say monkeys are smarter than some presidents, maybe even Biden.
Joe Biden.
But the funny thing about it is they're smart. So he goes back to the jungle like, look at this fucking guy. He's all shaven. He's got picked on. He's done. He's done. He's fucked.
Yeah. Next thing you know, the orangutan's hanging out. Hey, guys. Every time he sees a human walk by, he's like,
But you know what? Not for anything. That was a docile orangutan. Maybe it was just a whore. I don't know, because orangutans are tough, man. Those things will eat you alive, man. They could just like rip your limbs.
Well, it was chained up. So, yeah.
Oh, so the arms were chained.
Yeah, I think they chained it up. And,
what is in your brain as you're going to town on a chained up monkey? It's like, what the fuck are you thinking in your head?
I mean, if you want to bang an orangutan, just go to a strip club, some shitty town in fucking Texas or Mississippi.
Oh, there's some orangutans, all right.
You know, wow. I hate to be picking on those states. Those are the only ones that came to mind, so don't get pissed.
Yeah, when you go there, don't worry, they're going to know about it. that was, and here's one more story because we're getting tight on time, but I figured we'd end up on some funny stories because we're always political, and I figured we'd end them on a little different stories. But a Moroccan woman killed and cooked her boyfriend, right? And you said that's pretty bad, but then she served it to the victim's family. I mean, the family of the. And like, can you imagine that? That's really callous. You must really have to hate somebody to cook and serve it to their family.
Let me get this straight. So she killed her husband.
Killed her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend. She killed her boyfriend, and then she cooked him and fed him to his parents and family.
Well, it says family, so I'm thinking it was the parents. Yeah.
You can imagine them eating it like, this tastes familiar. I don't know. This kind of tastes familiar.
And you talk about you'd be a wreck for the rest of your life. You ate your child. It's like, how could you do that? I mean, that's sick. That's actually worse than the banging the orangutan. I think this just goes to show you what we're dealing with in this world, the sick people that we have in this world.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I know you want to wrap this up, and I couldn't think of a better story to wrap up this based on this. But it says here that 56% of young people think humanity is doomed.
And I'm with them. We've talked about this many times, Doug, and the times are just different, bro. I like the meme. I see a meme every once in a while that shows a guy in like the 1930s. He's in a suit and he looks really good, and it says, "This is my dad." And then it shows guys in 2040, and this guy's got a beard. And he's a woman. He's like, "This is my mom." You know, it's a sad time, dude. It really is. And I hate to say this, man. I don't like people anymore. I used to love people. I don't like them anymore. I mean, there's certain people I like. You know, I like you. I like a lot. But there's the youth I talk to them, and it's like, they don't want to do anything. They don't want to. If it's not internet related, if they can't be an internet sensation farting on people or throwing paper napkins at people at a department store, then they don't want to work.
I don't even know why you're thinking about youth. I mean, it's not just youth; it's people of all ages. You know what I mean?
It's just they're growing up at this time period right now where they're growing up soft. They're soft.
I know. We know that. We talk about they're all pussies. But listen, when they're young, you got time to develop. I always believe in existentialism. I think people can always grow into something and learn. But when you see like 40 and 50-year-old people acting like complete fucking morons, that's even worse. I mean, like when you're about to get off an elevator and some 45-year-old schmuck comes walking in, you're like, how do you fucking not get off
I hate that. By the way, that's my pet peeve, by the way. My biggest pet peeve I have, I could tell you stories. I go off on people. If I open the door for you and you don't say thank you to me, I go crazy. That's or if somebody bumps up to me or steps on my foot and doesn't say excuse me, they get a tongue lashing with me. I give them the riot act. I had it. This is a true story. I was at the bank coming out of Chase Bank, and I held the door open for this girl. And then there was a second door. She didn't say thank you. I ran in front of her and I slammed the door in her face. I was no. I swear. It's so easy to say thank you, bro. It's such an easy word to say.
But here's the thing. I get it. I'm with you. You know what I mean? But they don't. They are who they are. I'm still going to be me. I'm not going to. See, here's the problem with what you did. I don't think that's good because then she influenced you. She empowered you to be an asshole all of a sudden.
Nah, I'm an asshole anyway.
Well, that's true.
I didn't need her.
But would an asshole open the door for her?
No, I get what you're saying. But you got to teach these people, Matt. And that's my girl. See, my girlfriend's like you. She is. She's like, Mark, why do you have to do that? Why? I said, because maybe, just maybe, when I slammed the door in her face the second time, she's like, you know what? I really deserve that.
No, she's not thinking that.
I should have said, but maybe she did.
She's not. No, she's not. We know what she's thinking. She's thinking, I knew that guy was a fucking asshole. That's why I didn't say thank you, because he probably just wanted to sleep with me, the fucking prick. That's what she's thinking. Was she good looking or was she a skank?
Nah, she wasn't that special.
All right, because that's what the girl. Oh, he's just open.
You know what? It doesn't matter, man. It's like I can't. Bad behavior, I can't allow. And Denise, my girl's always like, just let it go. I can't. Here's another one. I was walking in Hard Rock, and this grown man, he had to have been 50 years old. He had his pants down to his knees. I'm like, dude, pull your goddamn pants up. I just came out. And she's like, Mark, you gonna get in a fight? I'm like, I don't even care at this point. I'm like, you're in a public place. There's kids around here. Pull your fucking pants up, man. You're a grown man. I don't want to see your dirty underwear. Just pull your pants up.
I just give them that look. You know what I mean? Like the elevator.
I'm at the age now. You ever see the old man that just says something you can't hold? I'm that man. I can't let go, man. I just can't let things. I just can't let it, man. I can't let bad behavior happen on my watch.
I've watched somebody, especially at the airport. I can't remember what something was going on. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I said it loud enough for them to hear me. And I was sitting a little bit away, and they later, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Like, and then they looked over, and I just sit there like, what the fuck up? Like, you know what I mean? Get a fucking life. Yeah. Anyway.
With that being said, Doug, another great show. I love having it. It's a lot of fun. We get the message out. I enjoy it, man. And you know what? What's your next thing you're doing, man?
I'm going to be in El Paso, Texas at the comic trip this Thursday through Sunday. And then I'm going to be at the Stratosphere LA Comedy Club in Vegas, participating in the World Series of Comedy on September 22nd, I think the day is on Thursday.
How many people are that? How many people you got going?
101 of the top comics in the country.
Wow.
Going to be in that. And then I'm going to be at Stir Crazy Comedy Club in Phoenix on October 1st and 2nd.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Me, I'm doing what I always do, but I have a big buying event. So if you're in the Fort Lauderdale area, or Pompano, we're in Pompano, 418 North Federal Highway. We're having a big buying event on the 25th. If you have anything, whether it be gold, silver, watches, anything, we buy anything of value. Even the dress that Cortez wore, the Chick-fil-A dress, I'll buy it. But anything, anything of value. Even the 3 guys that banged the horse, if you have a signed picture of them, I want that for my collection. But if you have something of value, bring it in. We'll buy it. We'll pay cash on it. And 25th, we're going to have it between 9 and 11. It'll be no, I apologize. It'll be from 10 to 4, and it'll be on that Saturday, the 25th of this. With that being said, everybody, if you like the video or if you don't like it, man, watch it anyway. Always make comments. We always try to improve it. Topics, we're always trying to get new topics. And subscribe to us, man. We are growing. I'll be honest with you. A couple of people that didn't expect to watch my show have watched it. Even one of my liberal friends watched it and loved it, which I was very surprised. Yeah. But some of my liberal friends, Doug, are actually seeing what's going on. I can't believe it. People that I never thought in a million years are saying, Mark, you have a point. You're saying some of the things you're saying are, they're factual. So, people are opening their eyes. God bless. People are not. Some people are smart. Some people aren't. But people are opening their eyes, and it's going to be interesting, man. The next couple of years will be interesting. We'll see what happens, and I think we'll always be okay, man. Because I'm always going to strive to debate. So we'll always be okay. But it's a tough time right now, man. We'll see what happens, man, with this this guy we have in office. Everybody, peace out, man. Enjoy what you do in life, and just